made a terrible stirring last night, and it took all the effort of everyone to fix it all up. So I appreciate you taking the time and waiting for everything to get prepped. And now I'd like to say, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming here. If you don't know already, my name is Bruce Wayne, and this is the lovely Barbara Gordon. We would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here tonight at the Wayne Enterprises Charity Ball in honor of the group As You Are. As You Are is dedicated to supporting individuals of all type and ability, and it is our sincerest pleasure to be able to help them out in any way that we can. Now, As You Are does a great deal for a variety of different individuals, and to better explain what they do, Barbara will tell you a little bit more about them.
Thank you, Bruce. As We Are strives to provide support by empowering people through fashion and beauty. The group sponsors, hosts, and monetarily supports a number of events. In fact, they are planning a fashion show right now, and your donations from tonight will make that a reality. Currently, the group, pardon me, I'm a little nervous, I don't usually do this. Currently, the group is planning that fashion show, and unfortunately, their sponsor was not able to make it tonight. She was supposed to be here with us. And we just want to thank everyone again for their generosity and support.
In fact, 100% of tonight's proceeds will be given to As You Are to help them continue to grow and enrich the community in any way possible. And once again, I would like to say thank you all for donating if you can. All right, well, well, first off, I'd like to just say Barbara and I are thrilled to be able to be here tonight, and I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but an emergency.
He means an unavoidable obligation has come up. We left the stove on at Wayne Manor.
And it requires both of our attention. We want to ask you your forgiveness, and thank you once again for coming out tonight.
Thank you.
How abrupt was that? You'd be surprised how often Master Wayne and Miss Gordon seem to forget the stove being on, the water running, the coffee pot on. It happens so frequently, and they just dash right off at a moment's notice. But once again, thank you so much for being here to support As You Are. Your donations here tonight will help us immensely. And if you haven't thought about donating before on the way in, maybe at the intermission, or maybe on your way out, your generosity is appreciated immensely. Thank you so much.
Holly, is this thing even on?
Excuse me.
So it's my fault?
Well, it's somebody's fault.
Yeah, your fault, Mr. J.
My fault? No. I am a criminal mastermind.
Hey, mastermind, why you put someone in charge who doesn't know how to work a camera?
I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. I'm more of a big picture kind of a guy. I gotta be bothered with these minute little details. Holly?
What now?
Well, what does that little red light mean?
I think it means it's recording?
Oh.
It's telling me.
What are you doing?
I get stage fright.
Stage fright? Are you kidding me?
Is it still on?
Of course it's still on. I didn't think I was gonna turn off.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Magic.
Oh.
Dead battery. Don't hurt me.
Note to self. Ditch the head switch.
Hey, that's me. You know I'm the only one people come here to see.
You get stage fright. Oh, forget it. We have to start.
So what? Mr. J. Why?
Oh, right. Greetings, your loving Uncle Joker here.
And me, the star of the show, Harley Quinn.
Shut up.
Drop dead.
You first. And we got a show in store for you tonight, folks. It's got adventure, danger, drama, and laughs. We got it all.
We got bad guys flying in from all over Gotham just for you. Even you, Shadowhead. Yeah, I saw you trying to leave earlier. Well, sit down, because my pudding's got something to say.
Well, that
I don't even go big. So not even the fun one. Next, does he mean? Yes. Does he like the color green? It's anyone's guess. It's the river.
Yes! Riddly this, riddly that. Who's bringing down the big bad bat?
Oh, I hate him. Hey, I got one for you. What's the difference between you telling a riddle and me telling a joke?
Class.
Answer. You're the one of that parade show.
Hate that class.
Oh, what's the matter? Don't look now, it's the Mad Hatter.
This opening is so flimsy. What it needs is more whimsy.
Boy, does he like to rhyme. In fact, he does it all the time. God, he's got me doing it now. Next, he's puffed up, pompous, and porpoise. More keywords. Oh, it's the wildest weirdo, the penguin.
I'm an emperor penguin with dictionary.
Talk about the wonder with penguins. Look at them, all dressed up and nowhere to go. Well, I'll tell them where to go. You over there. And this next one really gets underneath my skin. It's that filching, femme fatale feline, Catwoman.
My plan is going
He's spraying here all day. I bet you even got fleas. And what is that? Anchor. Oh, it's that big, ugly piggy, Professor Pig.
What I have.
Mr. J, poison. Bring in the next one. It's a butler? Why did you get a butler? Maybe he can sit up after that stinker. It's Alfred Pennyworth.
Well, what are we up, Harley? Two old geezers both dressed up in penguin suits. And this person, both great, beautiful.
Ha! Ha! Who wrote this garbage?
I don't know, he's probably a ranger. Look, it's best not to think too much about these things, Harley. It's Batgirl!
I wasn't scared at all.
Let's now see. It's the Dark Knight himself.
He looks superb in the color black, and he loves to make an entrance. It's Batgirl!
Not going back to jail.
All right. It looks like this entire place is infested with bad guys. Why, they're just running around like it's anyone's business. And all of you acting like it's normal. Don't you want to be a little bit more serious? These people are dangerous, and you're what? You're treating this like it's some kind of a comedy.
Oh, they're not that dangerous. Have you seen them?
You can never underestimate them. Villains are a suspicious and cowardly lot. They can do anything at any time. We have to be ready for them. For instance, they can make an entrance or an exit, and we need to be ready and on the guard. So what's going to happen in this situation is we're going to lure the villains out one by one, giving each one of them a code word. When they hear their word, they have to run onto the stage.
Well, how are we going to get rid of them?
That's the trick. Whenever they hear their word again, they're going to be forced to leave almost as quickly as they came.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Perfect. We need your help with this one, so make sure that you're always on call, Batgirl.
Why do I have to be on call?
Well, the only other person we have is this doddering old butler, and I hate to use him in this situation.
Well, I am usually on call. It's not as bad as it seems.
Anyway.
There's a point.
All right, then let's get him a word. Let's get a word for Alfred.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Very
All right. And let's have a general theme for the evening. Where would you expect to see villains hanging about?
The jungle.
I'll be. Okay, here again. Repeat it.
The love boat.
The love boat.
Excellent setting for some mischief.
There could be up to something dangerous up there. All right, let's get a word for Professor Pig.
Spatula.
Spatula.
Spaghetti for our butler and a spatula for our pig, okay?
Okay. Let's get a code word for Riddler. Question.
Excellent. Question for Riddler, spatula for pig.
Spaghetti for Alfred.
Perfect. Can we get a code word for Penguin?
Ice.
Ice. That seems to be going through quite a bit tonight.
Don't play.
Penguins on ice.
Questions for the Riddler. Still don't know why the pig wants a spatula, but he's got one, and you're serving spaghetti
Of
tonight.
course, man.
Wonderful. Let's get a word for Mad Hatter.
LSD.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but it sounds like something that the Mad Hatter might be into. And last, but certainly not least, Catwoman.
Meow.
Birdseed.
Let's go with Birdseed, actually.
Birdseed. Birdseed for our cat. I suppose we went with the strange LSD for our hatter. We've got
Question and a spatula for the pig.
Sir, I don't mean to intrude here, but Miss Cat needs a word. I'm sorry, Miss Batgirl needs a word.
No. Batgirl will always be on call.
Of course.
We can't just trust you.
Oh, so she's going to be call, sir. Is that what it is?
She's always on.
She's always on call. I'm so
Spaghetti.
confused.
Get out of here.
Of course, spaghetti's gone.
I don't know who that whose manservant that is, but he should get out here and tell him to get his job in order. All right, so it appears we're on the Love Boat, and the villains have decided to strike.
the look.
Look, I know you were hesitant about going to the Love Boat with me, especially in full costume, but I am sincerely worried that the spaghetti that they're serving with spatulas could be toxic.
Sir, there's trouble in the kitchen.
You better get over there. You're the guy who can point at me.
I have questions for him.
Sir, question the problem in the kitchen, sir.
The real problem is you're looking a little green around the gills, Batman. A little motion sickness.
Oh my God.
Seasickness. Did you take your medicine?
Of course I took my medicine.
Okay. You know, I'm surprised that we're even making any headway with it being so full of ice in the river. It's the
Yes,
wrong
it'd be-
season for
It'd be awful to
boating.
make a collision with.
Lovely day for a sea cruise, isn't it?
Oh no.
It's
Hello,
a
Batman.
river.
Those Norwegian ones. I've heard those.
I have questions about this. Why would you, Penguin, be
Keep
on,
puzzling you, Batman.
why would you be on the Love Boat? You don't seem like anybody would want to date you.
That's very personal.
Listen soundly. Do not interrupt. In short, LSD.
Has everyone had the Mai Tais?
Did you put ice in them?
No, I put something a little more festive.
He put
Birdseed.
birdseed.
That's what the French
See,
was.
sir. In a drink. Unacceptable.
Wait, Batgirl, get the spatula.
Do you have my spatula?
Rather a personal question.
Oh,
Look at it.
Look, seriously,
Oh.
don't serve the spaghetti.
Yeah, well, then I won't.
We're just gonna get a spatula. Let's see.
Okay,
Now I have the spatula.
Here, take the spatula back. Goodness, sometimes I think people are on LSD in here.
I certainly am.
And off he goes.
There's birdseed everywhere.
Quick question.
For a reason, I thought she was gonna follow the breadcrumbs out of here, but she stayed.
Well, I can leave now. I'll follow where the birds come.
Where do the birds come from? That sounds like a title.
Yeah, so what we'll do, we'll send one bird out, and if it comes back, it means it found dry land, right?
What if it finds oh boy, what if it finds ice? Will that be dry land or wetland?
I will go check that out.
That means we found Greenland. remember looking at the charter. The Love Boat is heading for Love Station Destination, or LSD on the charter was. None hell! Oh.
Wait,
Greenland?
I have a question. Can I get birdseed from Greenland?
Yes, just be put it in the crow's nest. That's all you have to
Should go
do.
look that up.
Oh, Catwoman's back.
Oh, look. Right, we're ready to celebrate.
All of those questions are being asked, and we're getting no answers.
Because you guys aren't seeing the big picture.
What do you think that large block of ice is? I don't think it's wind.
I think it's a tanning salon.
That's for my martini.
Wait, somebody throw me a spatula.
Be right off with it again.
Thank you. Let's carve off the name here. It says Love Boat, but there's some paint underneath it.
Oh.
Titanic. All right.
I don't think this was such a good idea.
Does that mean the chunk of ice is in fact an iceberg?
Yes, we will die.
I'm going to see how the lifeboats are looking.
I'll take some birdseed.
Losers! Silliness! Dopes! So much LSD!
I'm gonna get the shaker for this ice.
Hey, you.
Yes?
You look like an able-bodied man.
More or less.
There's a big iceberg out there. You got a spatula.
I got
Take it.
Did you just some pig out after the iceberg with a spatula?
Don't worry about it.
The ice will be taken care of. Or will crash.
Oh, I know. You have birdseed. You're a bird. Go on and have some ice cream.
Oh, I prefer fish, actually.
Too late. You're eating birdseed.
I'm eating
Yes,
this.
I am.
Oh dear.
Wait, this is perfect. She's been throwing birdseed everywhere. That birdseed can be used to absorb the ice and it'll be taken care of immediately.
Perfect. I'll go let her know.
So what are you going to do with the spatula?
The spatula didn't work when I hit the ice.
Well,
Well, I've got a handy dandy lifeboat here, just very, very small, but it gets bigger.
Ding, ding.
And that's how we solved that one. Now, back on. Love was certainly not afoot on that boat.
not particularly.
No. In fact, there was kind of a piggy guy on there.
And lots of birds. So many birds. In
What?
Iceland, Greenland. Where were we?
We were very many places. We were on the Titanic. Anyway, I think it's time to let the villains stew in their own juices. I'm sure they'll make a mistake. You see, I put a tracker on each one of them. So no matter what happens tonight, we'll be able to listen in and see what they're doing.
Excellent. They are sneaky.
They are, but not as sneaky as we are. In fact, sometimes we can sneak off without anyone even noticing we're leaving. So, before we do that though, can we get Hatter, Catwoman, Professor Pig, the Riddler, and the Penguin? And what's going to happen is we need a silly reason for them to get into a fight.
Jealous of Hatter's hat.
They are jealous of Hatter's hat.
It is a fine hat there.
I imagine anyone would be jealous of Hatter's hat.
Well, I don't think it would fit on my ears, so I'll be off.
Smoke grenade!
Hatter.
Ventilate the new hideout.
Look
Ventilation.
at that sash.
Isn't that nice?
My
Dollar store?
It's perfect in every way, except I need a sash just like that.
You do.
Mm.
Yeah. Silver would work good with
Silver
you.
would be good for my palate.
I just stole this band from the rare fabric store.
Oh,
Joanna's Rare Fabric.
Joanna's rare fabrics, yes.
There's Joanna's all over Gotham.
Not Joanna's Rare Fabric.
Rare fact. Oh,
Rare, rare.
oh, riddle me that.
You probably got yours at the discount store.
Absolutely not. As Pig would say, it's hogwash. Hogwash! Hogwash! I would say that.
Fight!
I'll have you know, bowler hats were in the Gotham Weeks of Fashion Week in the Gotham Gazette.
That's it. I challenge you to a walk-off.
Walk off.
Walk off.
Oh, no.
Penguin.
Yes.
Do the hat for the drama as a cape.
I see it's amateur hour on the runway.
Do you need some music?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The man about town.
I think it's good. I love that. I have it done.
All right, we'll go down. Who thought Hatter's hat was better?
Oh, I think Hatter's hat.
Penguin?
I'm sorry.
Catwoman?
I prefer ears myself. And frankly, I was just thinking about the music, so.
Yeah.
But the hat's really nice.
So you're not voting for either?
All right.
No, neither.
All right,
I vote for
then-
myself. Can I vote for myself?
So far, it's
One for hat.
one for hat.
Pig.
Pig. You're the tie maker.
Him.
That means it's a tie.
That means I win.
Tie.
That means they have to do another walk.
Backwards! Backwards.
Same time.
Okay, backwards was kind of sick. Sorry.
I just did. I don't know.
You know, I just have more in my ensemble.
You need an extra piece of wood to stand still, too.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I have a suggestion. Stay.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
Penguin, this is part of the whole plan to steal their wallets.
I thought you had brains. This is the tiniest hat ever.
I knew you were dense, but this hat weighs a metric ton.
This is clashing. I can't do this
I can't
anymore.
do this, and I take the brush back. Oh, wow. Ah.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
Hats matter so much.
Yes, hats make the man.
They do.
You're stroking that hat bit mine.
All right, I think we're getting away from the main goal of the hideout. We need to plot to take down Batman.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
And we need a new hat rack.
Yes, order two
Well,
in
we
the...
can take his hat rack once we bring him down.
Yes.
Batman is a hat rack. What are you talking
When we
about?
take his cape and cowl, it will hold all of our hats.
Wouldn't it be a cowl rack?
I mean, well, here's the one question. Do you think he uses the same, cape every week, or does he, like, shower and then, like...
He never washes.
Yeah, if anyone who had the nose of detail, it would be big.
Smells rotten.
Yes.
Smell that man over you.
Excuse me.
Oh.
I heard some villainy happening out here. I'm just curious.
Don't forget the drum.
Drama.
Whoa! We're downwind. We're downwind.
Wow! Every single time I do that, people just run away in fear.
Yeah, that's fear. Yeah, we're smelling fear.
It's fear, all right. Sometimes they're in tears. It's almost like they can't.
My eyes are burning.
Yes.
Well, that is the potent fragrance of justice.
Yes.
Batgirl says I smell lovely.
I did not say that.
What did you say?
I said, stop smelling so bad and tucked in the stink.
I stink? Do I stink?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe
Oh
we
my-
should have a smell off.
Right.
A
Yes.
smell off?
Smell off.
Pig versus Batman. Smell it.
Hey, Penguin, this is just a way to steal their wallets.
Exactly.
It's even more. It's big. Wait, where's my wallet?
Go big or go home, Piggy.
From my understanding, he lives in a cave.
He doesn't.
Water.
No one can stand him outside of the cave.
Hey, I love myself pretty good. I think I'm pretty handsome and well kept.
You love yourself.
Handsome. You can't even see.
I would say you are very well cut, Batman, if I say so.
You know what? You've just moved up. You used to be number 9 in the Most Wanted.
Number 9, I'm insulted.
You're now number 5.
Ha.
You've knocked off these other 4.
What? How do you like that, you rose?
I'm here number 5, but clearly I have to be number 1. I puzzle the Batman every caper.
I'm impressed I counted that quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot of them running around.
It is. And in fact, I feel like there were some that were not even here in person. They were doing some kind of video chat.
Oh, you can't really compare us to that clown.
It's a joke. You're both great in purple. I think it's an excellent comparison.
Oh.
You are stealing his colors, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Oh my god.
You're just trying to been a joker this whole time.
Absolutely not! I don't make jokes, I make riddles.
What's the difference?
Exactly, what is
In a long time.
Okay, here we go. All right. Look, I have a face but no eyes. I have hands but no arms. Whatever.
a clock? That's a joke. That's
That's not a joke.
That's a joke.
I puzzled the Clock King with that one last week. He didn't even know. But that's his thing.
Oh, please. The Clock King is like 2 pegs higher than Professor Pig.
He's stuck in daylight savings.
He's not that smart.
Oh, was he in Utah? They don't
Don't
even
be
see that.
downcast.
All right.
2 pigs.
These people are they're just a lost hope. They'll steal anything, they'll interrupt you. In fact, they don't even have the common decency to let their own scenes play out. In fact, I think they're going to try to steal the scene from each other. Why don't we see what happens when we put Catwoman, Mad Hatter in a scene, Professor Pig and the Riddler in the scene, and see how well they can handle that kind of a situation. Penguin, you did such a good job in there. You get to take a break.
Thank you, Batman.
Good work.
I appreciate it.
You're a legitimate businessman.
Yes, exactly.
Break it up.
All right.
And you actually smell nice. Oh, thank you. I showered today.
Oh, that's the secret.
All right. So we're going to have 2 scenes playing out simultaneously. What will happen is, at any given time, when someone says an interesting line, the other group can run in, repeat that last line, and continue on with their scene. We'll start off with Mad Hatter and Catwoman. So, can I get a location for these 2?
Australia.
Australia. Okay. And can I get a location for Riddler and Professor Pig?
Amongo? That's what I heard.
Laundromat is what I'm All right, quick review. You are at?
Australia.
And they are at?
Laundromat!
Take it away.
Help me build the sand castle.
Right. Okay. Now, do I have to bend over for that?
Well, if you can work on the tower.
Oh. I love crenellations. You're not doing anything untoward in the sand, are you?
I'm game.
Well, that's the first step, usually. Catwoman.
You're the one who wanted to come here, Hatter.
You're the one who wanted to come here, Hatter.
Riddler.
Oh, look, I won that walk-off.
I know he wasn't walking. He won the blast off.
That's right. I heard he's vacationing somewhere.
He should be. Far, far away.
That's right. Him and the Clock King. Anyways, all right. Let's separate the lights from the darks. We have to look good.
Let's break the lights in the dark. Too much sand here.
There it is.
A necklace? Well, hold on. Don't just put it on.
You gave it to me.
You invite me on vacation and then you just take things for yourself.
You gave it to me.
I gave it to you for appraisal.
Let's see. Look at that. It's a question mark.
Look at that! It's a question mark.
Yeah, it's my tie.
It's your tie.
Hey, you don't wash ties. You get them pressed.
You get them impressed.
Yes.
And don't you take them and...
No.
You gotta bring them out first, don't you?
No, you're missing my lookup.
You're missing my lookup.
Well, the question mark isn't really your thing. You know who it makes me think of, though? Professor Pig. It's a backward P.
No, it does. It has little news there. Do you think you'd like that?
Yeah.
After losing the blast off to Batman, he's probably rather
What a
depressed.
rough day for you.
Well, we'll just shine it up and put it in a box for him.
I'll let you do that.
Ew, that's pretty.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yes, but I don't think it's ours. I don't know how it got mixed in with our...
Oh,
Very nice.
look, there's a bat on it.
Look, there's a bat on it. On the bat.
What kind of necklace?
Is Professor Pig working with Batman?
Is Professor Pig working with Batman? Answer the question.
Not today.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but next Tuesday?
Well,
You got coffee or something?
Wednesday
You got
morning.
coffee or something?
Oh, yes. I just put it on the...
Thank you. Look. Oh, cream?
I think that's in the trunk.
I think that's in the trunk.
Mm-hmm. Yes, your getaway car so you can rendezvous with the Dark Knight.
I don't rock with a dark knight.
I question where your alliances are right now, Pig.
I question where your alliances are.
Well, it's with the coffee right now.
When we get that, we're going to have a talk.
When we get back, we're gonna have, oh yeah, no, we are. Oh,
We're gonna have such a talk. We're gonna have a big talk. We're gonna have a long talk. It'll be the best talk ever. Best.
Yeah, you might be voted out. I know.
We might be voted out, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're all just villains, so
Well,
it doesn't really matter.
I've got Penguin on my side.
I got Penguin on my side.
On your side.
Like this.
Like that.
Like this.
Like this.
Like this.
No, I've got your nose this.
I got your nose. I got your snout. That's right.
Okay.
Pig that can't smell or snort or sty around.
Might not go to that.
What kind of pig is that? Yeah, that's you, all right.
Not me!
Well, not me.
Well, it's not me. I'm not going to get voted out.
Well,
That's got to be a
we're
Riddler.
in impasse here.
We're in an impasse here.
Yes, we are.
We are. I'm not hanging with that bat, and you're...
And they are at an impasse here. You did fine for a while, but if you would take your seats, if you would indulge me just for a moment. Thank you. It is my honor to set the next scene. You see, Master Wayne is suffers from a severe case of micromanagement. He's also annoyingly fussy. And as a result, he asked me to get an idea from the audience. What is a daily activity? Something we do every day.
Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth. Very good. All right. Well, I'll see if the Caped Crusader and his Caped Apprentice can help us with this daily activity of, sir, did you brush your teeth this morning?
I have just a tool for that. You see, I once beat the tooth master, and I collected his giant toothbrush right here.
But, sir, the toothbrush does not belong in the utility belt. It belongs in that little glass by the sink, sir.
You think a toothbrush this big will fit into a little glass sink?
But, sir, your teeth aren't that big.
But Alfred, yours are. Let's
Sir! I accept that's a personal attack on my smile.
Look, Alfred.
Is that what you call that? A smile.
Smile. I deal with him every day.
Look, we've got bigger issues to worry about here. I mean, I hate to tell you this, but I've got good news and I've got bad news.
Yes, sir.
It's always got bad news.
Always bad news. I'm afraid the bad news in this case is halitosis.
Well, then you don't want to listen to the good news.
Oh dear, is that good news?
The good news was it was only halitosis.
Oh yes, that's the good news. It was only halitosis, sir. Again, use the Colgate with the toothbrush every morning.
We've got a bigger problem. It seems that we are at a deficit here.
A deficit?
Yeah, we've blown through way too much money in Wayne Enterprises.
Sir, I balance the checkbook daily, and I try to monitor what are you doing?
Well, you see, since we're kind of broke now, I had to make a deal with the Justice League. And unfortunately, we're not the Bat family anymore.
I see, sir.
We are the Justice family.
I see, sir. I don't believe the Justice League would let us in with a severe case of halitosis.
Well,
we must work on this toothbrushing thing.
You see, this works in our...
Why do you keep avoiding the subject, sir?
Look, I'm just self-conscious about the fact that I stink.
Well, sir, I didn't say you stunk. No. Don't take it personal. I would recommend before the cowls go on, the teeth get clean. Very easy to remember. Before the cowl goes on, the teeth get clean.
This is nothing but toothpaste.
That's right. There's nothing to be afraid of. Listen to the young lady.
Look, it was part of the deal with the Justice League. They said I could only continue to be a member if I worked on my halitosis.
Halitosis, sir.
Halitosis.
I see. Well, I'm just checking, sir.
Well, I'm not saying it correctly because I do not dignify that distinction applied to me.
I see. Well, I understand, sir. You do suffer from a severe case of micromanagement.
What is that, the toothbrushes?
Yes.
Well, don't forget the case of Colgate over there. They should go together.
Of course it goes together, Alfred.
There you are,
I
sir.
think I'm incompetent.
Did you get them out?
Well, sir. No.
Look, just because I dress like this doesn't mean I'm not aware of how foolish I was.
Well, sir, you don't look foolish at all. You are the Dark Knight, and you strike fear into the criminal element, especially when you breathe on them and you haven't brushed your teeth.
All right, I know I don't strike fear into them. I know most of the time I'm just scaring them from the scent. But it's okay.
Okay.
We got the implements over here. I'm going to work out best as I can to get myself cleaned up and get my act together. Barbara, I'm going to need a lot of help. There's a lot of...
I don't know who this Barbara person is.
Fine. God, you are so hung up on these identities. Bad girl.
Me? I'm hung up on identities? Me?
You really are calling the bat bad, aren't you?
No, she's calling the pot of the kettle pot. Let me ask you what follows. Before the cowl goes on,
The teeth get brushed.
there we go, Sam! We resolved this whole situation! Thank you very much! Yes. As we have demonstrated, the Batman and the Batgirl work very well together as a team. Well, let's put that to the test. What we're going to do is this is a game called Helping Hands. And what we will do is we will have the Batman come out, and we will ask the Batgirl if she would be his helping hands. In other words, we're going to have her be Batman's right hand. There we are, right hand. And also his left hand. There we go. And he will lock his behind. And in this game of helping hands, we need to try to solve a crisis. Can you give me a crisis?
Your car battery's dead.
The car battery is dead. Outstanding. Sir, how are you going to fight crime when you can't get the Batmobile out of the Batcave? The battery is dead.
Hold on, I'm trying to start this thing. It ain't working.
I see.
Come on!
Oh, nothing, sir.
Let me
Nothing.
try pushing the horn.
Sir, the battery is dead.
Hold on!
Yes, sir.
I'm using my tremendous fighting power. Left! Left! Why am I going right? Left! Right! And left!
Yes, sir.
Oh, get the axe!
Yeah, sir, I don't know if we need an axe in this situation, but we'll give it a try.
Hurry up.
I'm coming, sir. Here we go. You start chopping on it, I'm going to step back.
All right, here we go.
No, that's gonna leave a mark. Let me hang on to this for a second, sir. Don't you think instead of an axe, we should use like battery cables?
Of course! I've got them in my bat utility belt.
Okay, then where's the battery cables?
We just checked that one. Yeah,
Okay,
that's the one.
that one.
Hold on, here we go. Here we go. We got it. Oh, I got it.
All right. It's
We'll get there.
I'm see that.
Yes!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's dental floss. Before the bat towel goes on. Dental floss. Very good, sir. Yes, sir.
Alfred.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I need to use this dental. Oh God. So there we go.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
All right, here we go.
Yes, sir.
I will pick this up.
This I'd like to see. Yes, sir.
Watch me and all
I
my
will
grace.
watch you and all. Yeah. There you go. Careful, sir. You're almost there, sir. Come on. Almost, sir.
Alfred, help me. Give me the last 2 inches.
Give me the last 2 inches, okay?
Come on.
1, 2. All right, there you go. There you go. There we are.
Just cross it. Oh my! I totally did not mean to do that.
Good shot, sir.
Hey, I've been flinging batarangs around since I was, this tall.
Your name is impeccable, sir. But don't you think we are going to get the Batmobile started?
All right, we can do this. Let me stick in my other pocket what I got here.
Yeah, I'm almost afraid to ask.
Ah! Hot chocolate mix.
Sir, I have an excellent idea. Let me go upstairs and get this in some hot water. You work on the battery. I say, well, I guess as a team, there might be something to be desired, maybe? I'm not really sure. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, there are a few notes here. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I must call upon your collective wisdom. Master Wayne and Miss Gordon are otherwise occupied. But I can assure you that it's not because they've run off as Batman and Batgirl. It says here I'm supposed to wink, wink at the audience ironically. Was that ironic? Okay, I haven't the foggiest reason why. But a butler is not to reason why. A butler is meant to do or die. That wasn't in my original job description. Well, what I must ask the audience for is an emotion. An emotion, just a random emotion.
Envy.
Envy! Oh, that's a very good one. I hear many people envy the master in his batsuit. And then I need the room of a building or a home. Just any random room. Pardon me? A pantry, okay. We have envy in the pantry. Oh, I can only guess how this is going to come out. All right, here we go. Oh dear, excuse me. Oh, I see. I see, we have the Catwoman, just checking. We have the pig, just checking. We have the penguin, I see. And, oh dear, all right, well, there's envy in the pantry. Oh dear.
Professor Pig,
Yes.
all of my sardines are gone again.
Again.
Yes.
I think.
Somebody keeps sneaking into the pantry
Meow.
and stealing my
Me.
sardines. Those are mine.
No, they're not.
Those are my sardines.
I need them.
They're not supposed to be for you. Well, they are mine.
Oh! The walls of the pantry are closing in on us!
Here.
The what?
The walls of the
What kind of
pantry are
house is
closing
this?
in on us.
Well, this is bad.
This is very bad.
Since when do you have a trash compactor pantry?
Well, it's a trap pantry.
It's a trap pantry.
Yes, it's supposed to discourage people who steal.
Come on, can I change quick? Oh my god!
There's people in here.
What are you doing in our changing pantry? Your changing
Pantry.
You heard him. Changing pantry.
This is our trap pantry,
She's eating your sardines.
and she's eating my sardines.
Oh my god,
It
your
makes
side.
sense though, all the pennies and the quarters and, okay.
The wall! It's compacting us this way!
You gotta make up your mind with this thing. First it compacts this way, then it compacts this way. It's got a cube us. Oh,
We can sneak out and lock them in.
It's locked.
Good plan though.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, I assumed we were going to have time to change. I didn't want to have to do it in front of everybody.
But it locks from the outside.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't think this out very well. I'm sure there's another way out, but I'll just look
Also,
over.
why are you taking up so much space?
I'm sorry. I'll just try to swing in that way. There we go. Hey,
Oh, what is, what?
it's getting a little bit roomier in
How
here.
did you, where did they go?
Where did who go?
You're trapped. You're trapped in the pantry.
no Pop-Tarts for
I
you.
bet you're envious now.
2 doors, and they both lock from the outside?
At least you've got plenty of food in there.
Good luck with the Chef Boyardee.
Okay, girl. Hey, you got a spoon. We're good.
What spoons in there?
It's spoiled.
They're trapped in this pantry and
We
they're
only got
putting
one
to
option.
spoil.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right? It's our most desperate thing. The only thing we can do.
I don't want
It's fine. It's not as bad as you think, though. Just grab hold of my cane.
them. But it smells so bad.
Let us out! Let us out! Let us out!
What do you think?
How is this
Should we
supposed to
let them out?
Piggy?
I mean,
You make me smell your
back
hair.
This is true.
And that rancid peanut butter is in there, though.
I think
like
I think it's time for a crime spree. What about you?
I think so too.
Yes.
That is true, right?
All right. What we can do is we can shimmy our way out to the ventilation shaft.
All right, get down.
This should
You are not standing on me.
Can I just lift you up?
What? What? No! No! Let me down! Not that way.
God, I gotta get on my knees.
Do you see this hallway to the vault?
Yes.
Let's take that. This is nice. This is nice.
Everywhere.
Have fun.
They're getting away. I hear
So
them.
the
Get off!
ventilation
What are you
shaft-
doing?
Told me to get down.
The bathrooms are happening.
Shake up your mind, would you?
Can't you just like, I don't know, unlock the door, pick it with your ears?
Hey, Penguin, I found the gold.
Now they're getting
Oh,
your,
good.
the
I tried to
banner's
hide it in
money.
the ventilation shaft.
Hold on.
Bring it into the ventilation.
It takes a minute to trust me.
Got it.
Good. You took that very literally.
Yes.
Holy cow.
What am I holding on
This
for?
is getting really heavy.
Hey, was this your plan to get out the ventilation shaft with the bricks?
No, yes, we're gonna take them up into the ventilation shaft and over.
Watch out for the toothpaste. Watch out, don't knock the toothpaste.
There's so much toothpaste.
And then we'll drop it on their heads and knock them out.
Okay.
Help would be nice.
Help?
And not help.
Help pig.
Well, we're not helping them.
We're not helping them.
Here's an idea.
And
Use your head.
go
Mike,
No. Ready?
No.
We're going to just go straight to the door and take out whoever's on the other side. Ready?
No.
1, 2, 3. Got it.
Hello.
Did it.
hello.
That was exactly how we planned it. Exactly how we planned it.
Us two.
Yeah, good.
Mhm.
Communicate agreement, guys.
Everybody's
Never
plan
eat
went
your expired
exactly
raspberry
the way.
jam.
Exactly. How about this? We say we didn't run into you.
Yes.
You say you didn't run into us. This one can be forgotten. Left out of the annals of the comic book history.
Left and forgotten except for whatever's in the vent.
What?
We'll just leave that way.
What?
No,
Just let it- just let it go.
nothing,
Sardines are in the
forgotten
vent.
and we'll leave through the vent.
That's good.
This is an
Shall
embarrassment
we?
for all of us.
But
Okay.
they just.
It's an embarrassment for you, so.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Till next time.
Come back again. Well, this is.
They're awful slow with this.
This is a lovely double-sided ladder.
Just turn it around.
All right.
I really do need
We'll pretend they're not there anymore.
Yeah, we'll just turn this way, and when we turn back, they'll be gone.
Right, gone.
Come.
Look at that, it worked.
It worked beautifully. We'll clear out those vents with the bat fans, and we won't have to worry about this again.
Bat fans. That's the best.
Push the gold bricks. Push them.
It's a plot contrivance to get us
trying.
through the next scene.
These are heavy.
It was your plan.
No, my plan was just to avoid the
Run the
tooth.
bat fans.
All right, bat fans are on. Oh, they're silent.
That's where all that money went.
Yeah, that's where it went.
Fan silencers.
Well, we answered that question.
Did we?
Not really. Time to move on, though.
Okay.
If we focus too much on what's going on in this given instance, who knows? Oh no, there's something called the family did it.
Oh, don't. I don't.
It looks kind of pink. It might be something dangerous. You better get it out.
I know, but you can't do anything by yourself.
Oh.
Toothpaste.
Yeah.
Toothpaste. What would you like?
Well,
Was it the vent?
he got stuck in the vent.
Yeah, I get stuck in it, man. Just,
I thought you were supposed to
There,
do
my
anything.
little tail was going like this. Nobody was really paying any attention to it. What?
Well, don't worry. We can still have something fun for you to do. It's a reform kind of a thing.
I'm trying to fun!
You ever heard of the alphabet?
That's the cereal stuff.
Close enough.
Running in, you get all
It's the
the
spaghetti, not the cereal.
Oh.
That's spaghetti.
spaghetti. Spaghetti, I'm on it.
Look, I wrote spaghetti.
Perfect.